So we're sitting in Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. Just gonna get through the music before I have to change it. So big toes almost touching, feet touching. You can still put a block under your knees or under your hips. Or you can take yourself forward, take a block or two, and fold and let your head just rest on the block. So if you want to be a little bit more released, a little bit more restorative, go ahead and let your head rest on a block. If you don't have a block, just go where you're going. And yeah, Lauren, just monitor whatever you have to do. Breathe in, breathe out. Let your shoulders relax, let your belly soften. Breathe across the spaces, shoulder to shoulder, rib to rib, hip to hip, still. And slow down the breath, the thoughts, the actions. Close your eyes and go inside for a few breaths and just notice what's going on internally, how you feel this morning, what's going on, what did it take to get you here this morning? Some of you have, been out and about and doing, and others just maybe rolled out of bed. For somebody watching this later, you could be in a whole other place in the world, right? Now, in this forward fold position, particularly if your head is elevated, this will be a little bit easier. Pull your belly to your spine and round your back a little bit more, like a cat pose. And then let your belly go and arch your back a little bit into cow tilt or dog tilt. Keep doing that. Round the spine and extend the spine. Good. Cindy, I can't see you. I don't know if you're there, but just so you know. Extend your spine. So cat-cow in Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose. And come back to the center. Let everything go. Release your hands from your feet. Roll up to sit up. Move the blocks off to the side. Lean back on your hands. Bring your legs together and just roll side to side on your hips. It's just massaging out the outer hip area. And come back up, sit up for a moment. Take your right leg on the inside of your left leg. You've got a block out to the right side if you have one. Take it out to the right side and lift up and over to the right side. Lift out of the right waistline, shoulders down. Relax the neck, the shoulders. Reach a little further with your left arm and press a little bit closer to the floor with your left hip. Inhale. As you empty the breath, put both hands on the floor or the block and walk it out in front of you or to the right side. Relax the neck, shoulders, let your belly soft. Oh, there you are, Sam. Inhale, open up again. And then walk yourself back in. Bring the block with you and just lean over to your left side. Inhale, come back up. Just simply walk your hands forward wherever they go. Forearms on the floor, arms out straight, whatever feels good to you today. Inhale. And exhale. Relax the shoulders down. Try to square the torso, the shoulders off. Inhale, come back through the center. Keep your right leg where it is. Bring your left leg right in front. Sit cross-legged, lift the flesh up from outside or underneath. Inhale, stretch your arms all the way overhead. Exhale, take your left arm outside the right thigh, right arm behind you towards the left side. Lengthen your spine on the in-breath. Twist a little deeper on the exhalation. Inhale, stretch your right arm over to the left side, ground your right hip. Exhale, arms cross, inhale, lift. Exhale, pull your belly in, round your spine, chin to chest. Pull against your legs and really feel the opening in the upper back. Should feel nice and juicy. Inhale, return to center, release your arms. All right? We're gonna take the left leg, keep the left leg bent inside, or just stretch out your right leg if you need to, and bend the right leg back. If you wanna level out on a block, it's fine. If you only have one block, choose where you wanna put it, under the left hand or under your hips. Start to take the right arm up and over, lean to the left side. Reach out of your torso, press your right hip down, rotate your torso, inhale. Relax the left shoulder, the tendency is gonna be here, right? Let it go. Inhale, lengthen, turn yourself to face the left side. Push your arms forward, push your hips back. Keeping, your thoughts into the shoulders, away from the ears. Rotate the spine. Inhale, return, right arm up. Exhale, bring it back in, lean to the right side, up and over. Inhale, back up. Turn your feet, actually we're gonna walk forward. Arms come forward. Walk it out. Breathe in, breathe out. I'm just gonna tie up the hair. So as deep as you want, right? You could be on your forearms, you could be all the way down, chest on the floor. Everybody's gonna be different. Everybody's gonna look different and possibly feel different. One more breath. Inhale, rise back up slowly. Keep your left leg where it is. Take your right leg, sweep it in front. Adjust your sitting bones, just move the flesh. Inhale, stretch the arms overhead. Exhale, turn to your left side, right arm outside, left thigh, left arm behind you towards the right side. Inhale. Twist deeper, exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, lift up. Lean over to the right side. Exhale, take the left hand to the right knee, lift your chest. And empty the breath, fold backwards, round your spine. Inhale, come back up, release your arms behind you. Lean back, shake out your legs. And then rock side to side again. Come on back to the center. Bring your legs around to the side, either side. Come back. If you have your blocks, you can put them on either side of your mat. If you only have one, choose where you want it, front or to the sides. Open your knees as wide as your mat. Touch your toes again. This time push your hips back towards your heels. Reach your arms all the way forward. Always know that this is a place you can come to, whether I mention it or not. This is just always an option. It's just A, B, or child's pose. Rest your forearms on the floor. Take your palms together, and then bend the elbows so that the hands come behind the nape of the neck. Yeah, so they say it doesn't matter, how you fall down to the floor to touch the floor. It's the journey on the way down. It's the climb. Release the arms out in front of you. Inhale, rise up. Separate your hands and knees. You can just bring the knees back under the hips. Bend the elbows again to the floor. Forearms down. Step to a plank. Pause in the plank. Shoulders over elbows. Shift a little forward. Lower your hips to the floor. And lift your chest up. Pull your elbows together and down towards your waistline. And then lift up so you're resting on above the pubic bone, but right below the hips. So there's that little lift up. The pelvic floor muscles start to lift up. Drop your chin to your chest. Take any tension out of your neck. Exhale. Come down onto your belly. Release your arms and turn either ear to the floor. Turn your toes in, shoulders straight. Inhale, come back up. Bring your forearms down again. Elbows under shoulders. Bend your right knee. Keep your left arm down. And reach back with your right hand. Perhaps grab a hold of the foot anyway, inside, outside. But keep your hips down. Keep your leg down. Once you grab a hold of the foot, some of us might roll to the left side more than the right, so level out the hips. And then kick the foot into the hand and lift your chest up. Kick away actively from your hand, from your back. One more breath. Empty the breath. Come back down. Take your ear, the opposite ear to the floor. Relax your arms. Turn your toes in. Inhale, come back to the forearms one more time. Keep the right arm down, bend the left leg. Reach the left hand back for your foot. Maybe you grab it, maybe you don't. Then level out the hips, so pull the left hip back down to the floor. Lift your chest up, kick away, kick away. One more big breath. Let go of the arm and the foot, exhale. Back down to the floor. This time just keep your forehead to the floor. Reach your arms back towards your feet. Inhale, push your pubic bone down. Lift your chest up. Slide your arms off the floor. Interlace your fingers behind you. Press the top of the foot down. Knees lift. And float your legs up off the floor. Inhale. And empty out. 2 more breaths. Release the arms, release the legs, hands by your chest. Tuck your toes, sit on your heels, push back, and then find downward facing dog. Bend one knee, then the other. And find some stillness in a downward facing dog. Draw your heels towards the floor and just press your chest down. Shake out your head, yes and no. Bring your feet together, inhale, bend the right knee, just like we just did on the floor without holding on to it. Lift the right foot towards the ceiling. Hips are squared. So we're not kicking up too high. And we're not opening the hip. Keep the knee bent. Stay in downward dog. Exhale, knee to chest. Round and curl. Inhale, come forward to plank. And step your right foot through. Lower your left knee. Right knee over the ankle, left knee behind you. Shoulders back, collarbones broaden. Good. You can rock. I know yesterday we circled. You can circle, you can rock. You can sway, or you can just stay. Tuck your left toes underneath you. Good. Breathe. Bring your shoulders back, collarbones broad. Walk your hands to your top thigh. Lift yourself up, come back onto your knee, breathe in, and then drop your hips low. Inhale, bring your arms over your head. Exhale, left hand on the outside of the right leg, right arm behind you. Reach towards your back foot. Reach, 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 reach for 3, 2, and 1. Bring the arms up. Exhale, bring the arms down. Bring your knees together. Sit on your heels, tuck your toes. Lift the arms up, lift the knees up, lift the hips up, downward facing dog. Walk your dog or stay in some stillness. And then come to the center, bring your feet closer together. Inhale, rise on your toes, bend your left knee, kick the heel towards the buttocks, lower the right heel. So kick up, but keep your hips level. You don't want to open up the hip just yet. I mean, it's not that you don't want to, but that's not where we're going. It's okay if you have to. Stay in a downward dog, bring your knee to your chest and round and curl. So fire up the hamstrings. Keep curling the heel towards the buttocks as you shift forward to a plank. Exhale, send your left foot forward, lower your right knee to the floor. And just settle into it. And just breathe. You can make circles, you can rock forward and back. See if you can keep the space away from your thigh. And then bring your hands onto your thigh. Sit up over your knees, so stack your shoulders over, and then drop your hips back down. Good. Just press, just press. Feel the space opening from the hips. Nice, Laura. Good. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, take your left arm. I didn't tell you to tuck your toes. Tuck your right toes. And reach. Some of you probably did it. Reach back. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, lower your hands. Step back to a downward dog, this time right into it. Walk your dog from side to side. One knee then the other. Inhale, bring your feet together, bend your right knee, kick the heel towards the buttocks, lower the left heel. Now open the hip. Keep the heel kicking towards the buttocks. Right shoulder points downward. Exhale, bring your knee to your right side elbow, tricep. Keep the hamstring curl, and then bring it to center, step it through. Place your hands on the floor or the blocks. Lower your left hip down. Breathe in. Point your fingers down, broaden your collarbones. Good. Inhale, bring your hands on top of your thighs, lift yourself up. Come up straight, straighten the front leg for a moment. And then rebend it. So you should be not on train tracks. It looks like it's good to me, but sometimes the cameras will fool me. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, water wheel open to the right side. Hug your right hip to the center. Drop your left hip low. Inhale. Lengthen out of your torso as you rotate it. Right arm down, left arm up. Inhale, windmill your left hand to the floor. Right arm to your hip, turn to the right side. Lower the knee if you'd like. Right arm opens up, twist. Stack the shoulders. Hug the hips and breathe. Empty the breath, let it go. One more time. Good, exhale, fold over your right leg. Step back, downward dog, hips up. Good. Bring your feet closer together. Rise on your toes, bend your left knee, kick your heel to your buttocks, lower your right heel. Keep the action in the hamstring of the left leg as you open the hip. Lower the left shoulder to meet the right shoulder level to the floor. Inhale, bring the left knee to the left tricep elbow. Bring it to the center. Step it through. Feel free to bring the knee down to the floor. Hands on the floor or the blocks, lengthen your spine. Move your right leg back so the heel's over the toes, leg is engaged. And then rise up, hi Nash. Come up, hands on top of the thigh. Shoulders down, hips down. You can always bend the back knee. You can also bend it to the floor. Inhale, stretch the arms overhead. Sink lower if you like. Turn to your left side, open up water wheel. Left arm back, right arm forward. Now hug the left hip in. As you reach in two directions with your arms, inhale. Stay right there or take your left arm down, right arm up. Yeah, balance could be challenged here. I see wobbling. I have it myself. Inhale. Exhale. I can't believe how big this dog got. Inhale, right arm comes on the inside. On the floor block, left arm opens up, twist. Breathe. He's huge. Breathe in. And that tail. Find a stretch. We're just having dog stories. Exhale, lower your left hand. Once again, step back into your downward facing dog or a plank or your knees on the floor. Breathe in and breathe out. Beautiful. From your downward dog, lift onto your toes again. Lift your knees up. Shift forward to plank. Keep the toes tucked under and lower the hips. And then remember in fitness the other day we did these scapular push-ups. So drop your shoulders to your ears and then push back up. Keep the spine, keep the belly nice and strong. One more time. Just drop down and straighten up and then push back to downward dog. If you missed it, it's on Friday's video. I think it was Friday. Bring your feet together. Inhale, lift your right leg up. This time just go right for the opening. Exhale, bring the knee to the tricep, bring the knee to the center, step it through. Inhale, rise up, bring your arms overhead. Exhale, water wheel, open out. Inhale, right arm down, left arm up. Exhale, left arm down, right arm up, twist. Inhale, right hand on the inside or a block. Now left arm comes up. Hug your right knee towards your tricep. Open your torso to the left side. Firm up your left leg. Inhale. Exhale. Now lower your left hand. Turn yourself to face the left side of your mat. Long way. You can grab a block and take it with you back there if you'd like. Bend your left knee. Let's turn the toes a little bit to the back of the room. So you're not your hips open. Drop your hips down towards wherever. Send the weight back, so still keep the weight out of the left knee. Inhale. Exhale, sink your weight back a little bit deeper. Now we're going to turn to face the back of the room, the back of your mat. Square off your hips. Right arm down, left arm up, open up, twist. So just the opposite side that we did before. One more breath. Exhale, bring your hands on the inside of the left foot. Turn yourself back to the center, fold in half. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. You know, you can always adjust your footing, right? If it doesn't feel right, it's too wide, it's too close, it's not even, you choose. Because when we're in the warrior poses, we're not on train tracks. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, walk back to the front of the space. Step back to a high plank, pause. Let's try that again. Come forward, shift. Lower your hips, lower your shoulders. So it's a push-up without bending your elbows. Drop down, push up. Drop down, push up. Push back to downward facing dog. Feet together, inhale, lift your left leg up. Open the hip right away this time. Exhale, bring the knee to the tricep, shoulder. In, bring it to the center. Step it all the way through. Good. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Find your balance. Exhale, sink down, open up to the left side, twist open. Water wheel, pull your left arm back, right arm forward. You can bend the back knee as much as you'd like to or need to. Stay there or bring the left arm down, right arm up. Good. Exhale, bring the right hand down inside, left arm up. Inhale, open up, twist. Exhale. Good, now keep your hips the same way. Don't turn the foot on this one. Left arm down, right arm up. Just open up the twist. Give it some space. Inhale. Exhale. Good, release your hand. Inhale, turn to face the long edge of your mat. Walk yourself over to your right side. You can take a block with you. Turn the right toes out. And sit into your Skandasana variation. Arms can be anywhere you want them to be, or right underneath your shoulders is fine. One more breath. Walk around to face the back of your mat. Everything is square to the center. Left arm down, right arm up, open twist. Breathe. Shoulders stack, hips drop low. Hug them to center. One more breath. Empty the breath, release your hands back to the inside of your right foot, and then turn once again to the long edge of your mat. Inhale. And exhale. This time, let's go ahead and grab the outer edges of your feet and fold your body in half. Let your head hang down. Breathe. Pull your elbows out to the side, chest to the thigh, head down. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Release your hands. Take a block. Whichever block you want, but towards the back of the right ankle. Lengthen your spine and place your hands on your hips. Come up to standing. All right, so you might want to shorten your stance just to see how your body is feeling in a wide stance. Typically, open your arms to a T. Typically, our hands rest above our ankles, right, in this pose. Turn your right toes to the right side. Turn the left toes. If you had a clock in front of you, your left foot is going to turn towards, 1 or 2 o'clock. Now, bump your left hip to the left. Move your torso to the right. Use your block on the highest height outside the right shin, or put your hand on the foot, shin, toes. Stack your shoulders like you are leaning against a wall. Some of you might be, it depends on our spaces. And I want you to think about this for a second. I think when I hear this song is like I'm going to adopt another dog. But I want you to think about your body. Push your big toe down. And with that big toe going down, tuck the right hip underneath you. Rotate your torso and lift your right underneath waistline. Stack your shoulders so everything is in a nice straight line here. Legs are engaged, so the knees are pulling upward. The big toe is pressing down. Look down at your right toes. If you're holding a block, you can grab it in your hand, stand up. Turn your feet to face the center. Take your block to the other hand. Open up your arms to a T. Turn your left toes to the left, right toes. Change your clock, it's still at 2 o'clock. Inhale, bump your hips out to the right and reach out, 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 out. If you're going to use the block, place it behind your calf, not your foot, not your toes. Right hand comes up. And then I want you to think again about the left big toe pressing down. And then as that happens, the leg gets strong and straight. And then rotate the torso, lift the left side waistline up. Right arm up in the air, gaze up. Pull your knees up. Inhale. And exhale. Good. There should be no pressure on your left hand in floor or block or body. Look down at your left toes again. Take the block up. Inhale. Come back to center. Let's just take a moment here. Bend your knees a little bit or a lot. Hinge forward. Torso parallel to the floor. Place the block on your back. If it falls off, you're not flat. So Lauren, do what you gotta do, of course. Now, bend your knees and put your hands on your thighs for a second. Drop your seat back. Then, you can keep the legs bent or straight, but keep the hips squared. Reach the arms out in front of you. Take your right hand, grab the block with your right hand and bring it to your center, to the front. Take the block in the left hand, place it back on your back, both arms forward. Good. Take the left hand, take the block into your hand, switch it to the right hand takes it to the back. Release both arms out in front of you. Do that a couple of rounds. Good. Now put it back on your back, Maria. And then let it go. There you go. One more time in each direction, and then let's meet just in a flat back, arms extended out in front of you. Inhale. Exhale, take either hand to the block, fold forward on the floor. Let it go. Just a little core activation, a little stability work. Inhale, lengthen your spine, stand up, arms up, right hand holds the block if you have it. Turn your right toes out, hinge forward, place the block on the outside of the right thigh, right shin, calf. Left arm up, all the things we talk about, right big toe presses down. That's going to allow you to bump the right hip under and forward, left arm up. One more big breath. Now, bend your right knee and move the block any height on the outside of the ankle. Take your left hand, bring it all the way up and over your head, palm down, open up your chest. Right thigh parallel to the floor. Think about your right hand not putting pressure onto the hand. So your legs have to hold you up. Everybody, again, it could be the camera angle, but bend your right knee about 90 degrees. You might have to step back or closer for that. Good. One more breath in this side angle pose. Keep the block there for a moment. Rise up to warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Rebend your front knee. Take your hand on the inside of your right leg or on a block. Left arm's going to come behind your back to the thigh or bind, full or half. If you're taking a full bind, the left shoulder stays open. The right rib cage lifts up and in. And your right thigh, again, is still parallel to the floor. Inhale. And exhale, twist a little deeper. If you're holding onto a bind, release it. Left arm up. Stand up. Take the block with you. Exhale, straighten your right leg. Put the block in your left hand. Inhale. Good. Exhale, bend your left knee. Hinge forward. Bend and turn your left foot. Take your block and reach out with it. Take your left hand on the outside of your left shin, right arm up, triangle pose. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Now, bend your left knee and take the block on the outside of the left ankle. You might have to adjust that back foot. It turns in a little bit more. Right arm over your head, bicep by the ear. Thigh parallel to the floor. Hug your knee towards your tricep. Think about pulling your knee to the pinky edge of your leg, of your foot, as opposed to it rolling inward. Nice and breathe in. Good. Hug the knee onto the arm. You can feel it. Rotate. And again, the arm on the bottom is just there for balance. One more breath. Good. Inhale, rise up to warrior two. Straighten your leg. Exhale, rebend your knee. Come on the inside. You can take the block. Right arm up and behind your back. So you can stay with this half bind. You can take a full bind. You can take yourself into, my bracelet got put on my shirt. You can be up here, right? I want you to just let your body kind of guide you into where you need to be. And again, look at that left knee. Point it out towards the pinky side of the toe of the foot. So Lauren, if you can, bring the knee open a little bit more. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Okay. Inhale. And exhale. If you have a bind, release it. Right arm up, left arm down. Come back up, inhale. Exhale, straighten your left leg. You can leave the block down. Take your arms behind your back. Grab a towel strap or even your shirt or your hands and forward fold in between the two legs. Empty the breath, release the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk around to the front of your space. Step back to a high plank. Now you can take that little scapular push-up kind of thing we did, or just hold your plank, or go to downward dog, or bend your elbows, take 1, 2, or 10 chaturangas. Lift your heart up. I did a lot of push-ups this morning. I'm going to pass on that. Downward facing dog. Inhale. And exhale. Rise up onto your tippy toes. Bend your knees, turbo dog. So just get your shins parallel to the floor. Shift forward to a plank. We'll add in a little bit more core. Bend your knees, go back to downward dog with a turbo position. So your shins are parallel to the floor. Inhale, shift forward to a plank. Exhale, turbo dog. So in turbo dog, again, your shins are really close to the floor, maybe an inch or two. Come back to your plank. Good. Try that one more time. Shins parallel to the floor, hips up. So get the hips low enough, or the legs low enough, that you're almost hovering with shins off the floor. And then come back to the plank. Lay back down on your belly. Bring your forehead down, bring your arms behind you. Shoulders pull back and away. Inhale, push your pubic bone down, lift your chest up. Reach your arms back, bend your right leg. Reach with one or perhaps two hands and open up your chest, shoulder, and now lift your thigh up off the floor. Breathe in. Again, once the hands hold the foot, push your left, and even once the leg lifts, if you're not holding on, the left hip points down rather than rolling a little bit to the right side. Release your hands, release your head, turn your toes in pigeon. Inhale back to center, lift your head, chest. Arms reach back, bend your left leg, exhale, reach your hand around with one or two hands, or just reach towards your foot. And this time start to kick the leg up, off the floor. Good, nice long breathe. Kick away, one more breath. Level out your hips. Exhale, release. Hands by your chest. Push back to child's pose. Take a hold of your heels with your hands. Inhale. Tuck your chin to your chest, forehead to your knees. Crown of the head to the floor, and the hips lift up in the air around your back. Spread the breath across the upper back, mid-back. Exhale, have a seat on your heels. And let go. Inhale, roll up through your spine. Sit up nice and tall. Walk your hands out in front of you. Lift your hips in the air, downward facing dog. Inhale, walk your feet to the top of your mat. Have anything you need nearby, straps, towels, water, fold forward. Shake out your head, yes and no. Tuck the chin into the chest, belly and pelvic floor lifts. Roll up slowly. Take your time to get up. Roll your shoulders back and around a couple times. Inhale. I feel like we haven't even gotten to the top of the mat like that today. Good. Breathe. Open up your arms. Separate your feet. Inhale, stretch the arms overhead. Exhale, bring your right arm, circle it around a couple times, and then place the right arm into your waistline. Okay? Turn your left hand so the palm faces your face. So it's like you're cutting straight through. Put your weight in your left leg, pick up your right foot from the inside or however you want. Tailbone underneath you. Find a focal point that doesn't move. Start to hinge forward and begin to kick the leg out. Standing up is the pose. The rest of it is the icing on the cake. Begin to kick back. There you go. There you go. Find your balance. Find your focus and stay for 3, 2, 1. Slow it down. Come back. In between sides, fold over and just let go. Bend your knees and sway a little side to side. So never an easy pose, right? You can use the walls. You can just try to do it in a standing position without moving your hips, your shoulders, your chest, or your torso. Ragdoll to stand up. Heels come together. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, take your left arm, just roll the shoulder around a couple of times in both directions, and then hold the arm in your waistline, thumb, palm up, thumb back. Right hand is slicing, right palm faces the face. Shift your weight to your right leg. Lift up your left leg from the inside or wherever you choose. Tuck the tailbone underneath you. Stay here or kick the leg out. Find your balance before you do that, right? So just take your time. I'm not balanced today. Slowly come back. Release the arms. Separate the feet. Forward fold again. Sway a little bit. Good. Now open up your feet as wide as your mat. Let's take the block today and have a seat on the block. So like we started with Baddha Konasana, the soles of the feet were together. Now the knees are still open. The hands are on the inside to your heart center. 11-11, my angels. I always kind of acknowledge that if I see it on my watch. Inhale. And exhale. Release your hands to the floor. Squeeze your knees around your triceps. And then turn your toes forward as you stand up and forward fold. Let it go. Inhale, lengthen your spine, turn your toes out. Have a seat back on the block. If you don't have a block, you're in a Malasana squat. Elbows or triceps on the inside, bring your hands to prayer. So use the arms to lengthen your spine and breathe. Bring your hands to the floor. Shift your weight forward. Now we're not going to stand up on this one. We're going to lift our hips up off the block. They're already high. The knees are on the outside of the triceps. You can walk your feet back in. Put your feet onto the block if you have a block. If you don't have a block, you're going to start to lift your feet. Yeah. Now shift your weight forward, Maria. Yeah. Bend your elbows. Look forward. That's it, Michelle. And some of you now will lift your feet up off of the blocks while your knees are hugging. I know some of you do the triceps. The knees on the triceps. Look forward. Don't look down. Good, Maria. And then once again, have a seat on the block. Cool. Open up your chest, your hips. It's a lot of work, isn't it? I know. So we can take this in a different position. Take it to a standing forward fold. You've got your block here. Bring your feet on your block. Bend your knees, plant your palms. Now, if you are used to bringing your knees on your triceps, you can go there or hug the knees around the outside of the triceps and lift the legs off. So they're already on the block. You can come into full crow pose here. Any variations, try to get the knees really high. Yeah, don't kick, just get there. Go, Laura. Go, Michelle. Yeah. And then when you're done, you can step back on the block and stand in a forward fold from the block, or just step off to the side. Inhale, look forward, step away from the block. If you were on it, move it to the front. Step back to a high plank, chaturanga push-up, 1, 2, or 10. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Nice work. Inhale, bring your knees to the floor. Shift off to either side. Let your legs come out in front of you. If you can adjust the cameras, great. If you can't, great. It's all good. Sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands by your thighs. I obsess on things that I see, little pieces of dirt here, whatever. Bend your right knee. Line up your heel with your sitting bone so your foot's not on the inside of your thigh. Hold on to your shins, lift yourself up tall, inhale. So your left leg is strongly facing up towards your face. I'll change my camera for those of you at home. All right. Good. So now your foot's towards your hamstring, towards your sitting bone. Interlace your fingers below your foot. Lift your shin parallel to the floor. Left leg is still active. Pull the right knee in towards your right shoulder. Inhale. Yep. Exhale, begin to straighten your right leg any amount. You can use a strap towel. More important than any of it is that we don't slumpasana here, right? We sit up nice and tall. Exhale, bring your foot on the outside of your left leg. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Turn over to your left side. Just come up and I just want you to shift off onto the left hip. So lift up and over. Good. Bend your left knee. Reach around with your hand. And then we're going to have a seat on the floor. Twist to the right side. I hope I can remember that order. Inhale. Twist, exhale. Inhale, return to center, just a little counter pose, and come back to center. Extend your legs out, shake them out, give a little love to the knees, and then sit up tall, move the flesh from underneath you, sit up all the way, flex the feet. Bend your left knee, line up the heel with the sitting bone, not the inner thigh. Hold onto your arms, your opposite elbows. Good, now take your hands, interlace the other finger on top, underneath your foot. Bring the knee into the chest so the shin is parallel to the floor, the knee is bent. And then roll yourself on top over in front of your sitting bones, inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale, straighten the leg. And that's relative, by the way. Exhale, bend it. Maybe straight, it may not be. Straighten it up. Bend it. Straighten it. This time as you bend it, put it on the outside of the right thigh. Turn onto your right side, lift your hips up. Lower the hips down. And then as you come back, bend your right knee. Come back to sitting in the center. Left arm back, right arm out, however you want that twist to occur. Inhale, return to center, just a quick little counter pose. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale. All right, release back, shake out your legs. Take your feet to the floor. Like we started, soles of the feet together, but now we're gonna bring the heels into the groin. Rock side to side till you get your positioning. Hands can be on the outside of the foot or wherever you like them to be. Whatever works right for you today. Inhale, hinge forward, exhale. And there's no need to like butterfly the legs. Just see if you can put gentle pressure to open them up. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. Inhale, come up. Walk your feet out a little bit further away from you. Have blocks underneath your knees. Hold on to your ankles. Aw, kisses. Good. Bring your chin to your chest, round your spine. Roll down. Come back onto your backs. You might have to bring the blocks back a little bit further and then let your knees just open up, resting on either the blocks or opening up to the floor. Take your arms in the same position as your feet, hands over your head. When you do that, you might arch your back, right? If you can stick a whole hand or fist or a tractor underneath your back, then think about bringing your ribs down, hips towards your ribs, ribs towards your hips, so that your back is it's not going to be fully imprinted, right? But rather than a huge arch. Two more breaths. Inhale, release your arms and bring the knees together. You can move the blocks to the side, hug your knees all the way up to your chest. Open your arms to a T, shift your hips to the right, let your knees fall over to the left side, spinal twist. Right arm over your head, left arm on the outside of the right knee, and just imagine that you're pushing your hips over to the right and pulling your knees over to the left, so you get this long line of energy, stretching. Inhale, bring your arms back out to the sides, bring your knees to the center as you exhale. Inhale, shift your hips left, let your knees fall to the right. Right arm on top of the thigh, left arm over your head. Inhale, bring your arms back out to the side. Exhale, draw the knees in. Head and shoulders come up. Lower your head, bend your knees, roll yourself to a sitting position. I'll turn to the side so you can see this better. If you have two blocks, one block behind your back on its lowest height, one block back where your head may go. If you have one block, you can choose to just bring it underneath you here on this first one, support your head with something else, or support your head and just come into a fish pose. I'll give you that show in a minute. So back is back against your back, low way, lift it up once, put it down again, so it's back on the flat side. Come to your arms, let your body rest on the block, so the block should be underneath your shoulder blades and the other block is for your head. You also can take this on a higher block. Or if this isn't in your practice today, you don't have the blocks, you can take fish pose, which would be just laying, coming to your forearms, and coming here. So you choose where you need to be. Where you need to be for you for the next few breaths. Opening up one more time into the upper chest. legs, anything with your arms. This is a lovely place to stay for your Shavasana, but if you're not feeling it, take yourself off. Remember, if you want a little bit more of that extension, the block goes right below your shoulder blades. If you want a little less, you can rest your shoulder blades on the block. And then your legs again could be any variations, arms can be any variations. And start to settle down into some peaceful stillness of your body, mind. Whenever you want or need to come off the blocks or supports, that's fine. Give your body an opportunity right now to kind of settle in and let go. Melt your heart. Soften your mind. Let go. Shavasana. For those of you who would like to stay longer, just turn off the sound. If you're ready to come out, start to breathe a little deeper. Move through your fingers, toes, wrists, ankles. Gently draw your knees to your chest. Move yourself onto either side. Slowly make your way back to a comfortable seat. If you're staying, stay as long as you like. Bring your hands to your heart center. Bow down to yourselves for showing up and doing the work. Gratitude. And then let's turn to each other as we bow and honor the light, the beauty, the peace, the love, the goodness within each and every one of you. Namaste. Satnam. Go in peace. If you're home, stay fit, stay healthy.